Tuned to see how I created my own DIY faux lock ponytail. So I saw these two things on Amazon that you can buy to make your own ponytail, and I wanted to try to DIY it. I had a whole bunch of faux lock hair that was just sitting in my closet, and so I wanted to see if I could put good use to it. And so I went to the Dollar Tree and found these two hair nets, as well as I have an old wig cap that was just in my stash, and of course my hair thread and needle. And I went ahead and decided to sew the two hair nets to the wig cap. This is just so it would kind of create a barrier for my hair, and that it would have something for the hair nets to attach to, because they are pretty thin and fragile. So I assembled the three pieces. I put one hairnet on the inside of the wig cap and one on the outside, and began to sew it using my hair thread and needle. Now, if you see me move or make hand gestures, it's because I was on a FaceTime call with my friends, and so that is what you'll see me doing. I'm very reactive with my hands when I talk. So I just go about sewing them together, making sure to leave a space on the inside where I'll be able to feed the eyeglass cord through, so that I can have the drawstring action. Now, as you'll see a little bit later, I will end up crocheting some of the hair over the eyeglass cord. I'll have to figure out a way to not make it as tight, because it will limit the amount of ability that you'll be able to pull the drawstring to make the ponytail as tight, and you may have to use more hairpins than you might think is necessary. So I went ahead and, as you saw, added the eyeglass cord in between the layers and went to tie off my thread, and then I tested to see if it would actually do that drawstring method, and it did. So then I just went ahead and added a little more thread so that I could continue to sew around to close the hole and secure the eyeglass cord. So I wanted to give you a little bit more of a close-up of what I was doing with sewing. And so you'll see I have the eyeglass cord, and then I'm just sewing around the eyeglass cord through both of the hair nets and the wig cap. And so I'm going to continue to do this until I get around the entire circumference of the opening. So once I have the base for my structure, I'm going to remove the faux lock hair and begin to crochet it onto the hairnet. I did not go through the actual wig cap until I got to the end. I ended up going through a little bit on accident, but this is where you'll see that I started to crochet the hair underneath the eyeglass cord, and this is something that I will have to be mindful to not do the next time I make one of these, because it will limit the motion and how much you can tighten the drawstring. I also will need to find something a little more sturdy than the hair nets that I got from the Dollar Tree, because they are very fragile and you don't want any of the holes to break or to cause you to lose any of your faux locks. Now, of course, this was a couple of days later. My schedule has been kind of hectic, and this is me just continuing to crochet on the faux locks, and I am just adding them sporadically around the hair nets, making sure to cover any holes or gaps. That way, once I apply it to my hair, you won't be able to see through the base. And this is what it looks like once all the hair was crocheted on. I think it looks really good, you guys. I really did this just off of my imagination. And then I'm gonna go ahead and apply it. Okay, so this is me getting ready to apply the ponytail I just created. And I had moisturized my hair and slicked down my edges. And so I'm just removing my bandana. And then I'm going to apply the little ponytail. So this is where having something a little more sturdy would have come in handy, because the hole where I could put my hair into was not as deep as I would have preferred it to be. So I tightened the drawstring as much as I could, and then I did use a plethora of bobby pins to go ahead and just make sure that it was securely attached to my hair. And so this is me just adding the hairpins in to make sure that it is not going to move, because there's nothing worse than you having a ponytail on and you being out, and then next thing you know, you are one place and your ponytail is the other. If you know, you know. I also wrapped a couple of the faux locks around the top just to conceal the rest of the string. And once I added my bobby pins, it was very secure. I also wanted to show you guys that you can put this into a bun as well. So I just split the ponytail in half and curled the two legs of the ponytail around my head. And then I'm going to, of course, continue to add more bobby pins because it's going to be a bun. And you'll just wrap, well, I wrap mine opposite. Like if I start with one leg going one way, then I'll wrap the other leg the other way to make it look more uniform. And then I'm just going to use a ponytail holder to wrap it around the entire bun, just like normal. And that way the hair will stay secure in place and it will create the bun. And so I'm just kind of playing around with it now, making sure it looks how I want it to look. And the thing I like about these faux locks is that with their ends being curly, if you have a few pieces sticking out, it just adds to the hairstyle instead of if they were blunt, and it just looks like little tendrils hanging down. And so I did have one that I missed and I thought it was cute, so I just left it. And so I'm just kind of playing around with the bun, and then of course adding some more bobby pins in just to make sure everything is going to stay where I want it to stay. And then I also moved a couple of the locks to fall to the side so that when the little curly pieces were sticking out, it wasn't just coming straight out of the front of the bun. So I'm going to continue to do this until I achieve the look that I'm going for. Thanks for joining me for another video. Make sure you like the video, share it with a friend, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell for notifications. And then head over to haiku_creations to follow me on IG. And wherever you are and whatever you're doing, I hope you're having a great day, and always keep creating. All right. Love you guys. Bye.